Second apology, probably like just there's no hair on my head. So I'm just going to hit a few kind of tighter lie. This is even into the grain because it's a bit more, gives me a bit more feedback. Welcome to the van, my home on wheels. I thought I'd try and share a little bit more about like how it felt out there today as well. Because I was actually a little bit nervous before I started. I think yeah, so that's the end of the first, well, vlog day that I suppose I've done. It's worked well, hasn't it? Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm going to start with a couple of apologies. First of all, my microphone is giving me some jip at the moment, and I don't have much patience for it for some reason, so I've sacked it off. This video is not going to have the microphone, but I will try my best in the editing room. That's a bit cringy. I'll try my best afterwards to sort out the audio. Second apology, probably like just there's no hair on my head. I went to get a haircut yesterday here in Germany. Always risky. He didn't speak much English. The lost in translation is probably what I would describe this haircut as. But I've got my brother's wedding coming up in a few weeks, so I had to get it done now. So I've got time. It will grow into it. We'll be fine. I'm not worried. You're not worried. We're all fine. Anyway, on to this video. It's here. I'm here in der Oschberghof in Germany, as previously stated. It's the second day of the tournament here on the Pro Golf Tour, my normal tour that I play on. And I thought I'd do a vlog and I'd just follow me around for today, show you what I do. I've got an afternoon tea time, so I normally like to come out sort of in the morning, do a little bit of a practice session, and then we'll have warm up, play 18 holes, and I'll give a bit of a review. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to film the shots on the golf course. I'm not allowed to do it myself, and then I can't afford to pay someone to do it because, you know, very broke in it. Um, so lots of apologies coming on here. Sorry about that. But I'm going to show you what I do, talk you through it, give you a bit more of an insight into kind of what a tournament day can be a bit like, and hopefully we've got some good reviews to give you at the end as well. So please stay tuned, like and subscribe. Let me know if you like this kind of content, and I will try and do more of it in the future. But yeah, let's see how things go. We're just going to start with a little, it's kind of like a light practice session. So it's the second day here in Oschberghof. I've got an afternoon tea time, and this is kind of how I like to do things because it's kind of always been valuable to me that during the tournament week you just get a little chance. I'm only going to do like maybe I'll be here for an hour or something. Just the chance to kind of reset things a little bit because a tournament week is so much about just getting it done. Like it doesn't matter how it looks, it doesn't matter how it feels. You've just got a job to do and you've got to get it done. Whereas like practice is something very different where you're trying to move forward and be more in line with what you're doing. So I find that it really helps me to stay sort of, if each tournament is like a 1 week block, it means that I can keep moving forwards instead of sacrificing a little bit of the work you're doing for a result. This way I feel like I can kind of put them both together. So I like to come out just after the morning tea times are teed off. So it's like 9:45 or something now. It's nice and quiet. There's no one here, and I can just focus on. It's kind of it's like a little run through session. There's not much going on here. It's not. I'm not going to be here doing much technical stuff, but it's more making sure that the feels I was working on at home still kind of feel the same and they still look the same for what I'm hoping to see. And then it kind of gives me just like a little bit more stability when I get on course that I can follow through with that. So I'm just going to hit a few away now, start with some light wedges. And yeah, the point is definitely not to stand here and hit 100 balls. I'm never going to do that. I've got maybe 30 balls here. I might not even hit all of them. I'm not trying to take too much energy away here. I'm just trying to kind of, it's a maintenance session, I think is the word I'd probably use for it. So we've got some light little wedges to begin with. Just trying to be focused on the feels that I've been working on when I've been really doing practice. Yeah, lovely. Right, well, I'm going to hit a few of these away. There's not much interesting to say, so I'll probably put it in fast forward. So I'm kind of focusing on more like setup and posture things really, and then a little bit of a downswing move. I try to simplify things as much as possible. I definitely want my swing feels for the tournament week to be super simple, super relaxed. And relaxed is kind of a word that I'm trying to use at the moment, where I need my setup to be putting me in a position where I feel like I could just take the club away and my body will move correctly because I'm set up in the right way. You know, like I don't want to be too shut because then things can happen in that way. So a lot of what I'm doing is making sure that when I stand into the ball, I feel comfortable, because things change. Your body just feels different sometimes. And you might literally just wake up, get behind the ball, and you're like, oh, this feels like I feel closed off, or my shoulder feels weird. So it's more like ticking off those things every day, over and over again. And the better I've got at doing that over the years, the more consistent it is that I actually feel comfortable over the ball. So I'm kind of just trying to make sure I feel that. And then the only downswing feel I have at the moment is that I'm trying to, with the body feeling relaxed, I'm allowing my weight to get into my trail side on the backswing. And then I'm trying to really get better at moving forward and falling down into it so that I can release and hold a much more stable club face through attack. I've always had in the past where I would sit back, get here, you're stuck behind, and you have to release and flick the hands at it pretty much. So your club face stability is way off. But this is something I've been working on really hard, probably for the last 9 months, and started to really get a bit more of a click with it. But the very important move is that you got to move forward, because if I don't, then my previous habits of falling back and releasing will come in, because my body is so ingrained to do that. So it's kind of like good slow moves with pitch shots are a good way to do it to begin with, and just trying to get that weight moving forward and feel like I can hold the club face through there. Then that tells me, okay, well, I'm moving the body correctly, and just trying to get like 1% closer to doing it every week or something, you know? So that's pretty much where I'm trying to get to at the moment. I'll tell you what, there's another reason I'm not going to hit too many balls here, because this ground is just little stones in it and it's hurting my poor little clubs. So I won't be hitting too many balls, I can tell you that for free. Just going to try a little bit more of a back foot, stronger draw now. Well, not stronger draw, but stronger ball play. Yeah, lovely. So you just kind of go through a few different shots as well and make sure that I'm understanding how moving ball position or alignment is affecting the ball today. You know, like it can change, and you're just kind of trying to stay on top of how to make those little adjustments when you're out there on the course. Right, I'm on to an 8 iron now, and honestly, my body feels really good. Feel like I'm moving well. Feel like I've got good control of that slight move forward. So I'm not going to hit too many balls here. It's quite a warm day. I also need to make sure I'm like conserving energy and not overcomplicating things, because that tends to be my fault, is that I'll overcomplicate things. So I always need to be aware of that and just kind of like play around with probably pushing more towards the relaxed side. nice. I'll try and hit a little fade feel, and then maybe I'll just hit a few tee shot options and go from there. So I'm just going to smash a few drivers away now. And I was thinking, you'll see my warm-up later on, and it'll probably look like quite a similar session, kind of just hitting a few balls away, nothing too sort of stressful. But I think the big difference is just kind of the mindset that I have that's different between this sort of light practice session and a warm-up session. Like right now, I'm quite open to something feeling a bit different and adjusting a feeling a little bit, maybe like tweaking alignment, things like that. I'm looking to see like, okay, are things in a good spot? Whereas when it comes to the warm-up, I'm not really trying to be interested in any of that. I'm literally just trying to get my body warm, hit a few balls away, make sure I've got like good rhythm and flow, and that any part of my body feels okay. You know, maybe after a warm-up I might do a bit more stretching because I feel like my hip is a bit tight or something. Whereas this is a bit more just like, okay, how's the ball reacting a little bit, and if things feel like they're in order, can I make an adjustment? So I'm gonna whack a few drives away, and then I'll probably go and do a little bit of short game and be done. I need to start preparing then, my lunch and all that. So I'm just going to do a little bit of short game, a little bit of chipping. Again, it's just about like making sure that I'm still on top of the feels that I have, making sure my body's moving the way I am, and ensuring that the setup is all good. Like I have a tendency sometimes, if I'm not checking these things, that I can get a little bit twisted, or too much weight distribution problems. So it's really good just to stay on top of these things. And when you're doing it properly, you're not really learning much because you're staying on top of it enough that nothing goes out of kilter. But if you haven't done it enough, if you play a lot of golf where you're just playing and not training much, then you can find that even after like 4 days, let alone 4 tournaments, just a little bit of things are tweaking, and then your body starts to make subconscious corrections, which lead to bigger problems. So I'm just going to hit a few kind of tighter lie. This is even into the grain because it's gives me a bit more feedback. And I know that if I'm kind of nipping them off nicely and I feel good about the way my body's moving off into the grain, that's a bit of a confidence boost, really. Yeah, I mean, that was perfect. Shall I leave? No, we'll do more than that. We'll do more than that. Just kind of go through a bit of an array of shots. They were more like low spinners. I'll do a few sort of higher ones, a few rough lies, things like that. Literally just ticking off these things. It might seem boring, but that's because it is. And the point is that you're not letting yourself get to a place where you have to do too much work. That is the reason that maintain is a big word there. Right, I'm back in the van. Welcome to the van, my home on wheels. So yeah, that was a really good session. That was exactly what I'm looking for really from that kind of practice session. It's light, it's just kind of going over your checklists so that when it comes to my warm-up now, I can kind of be as relaxed in a good mindset and just thinking more about patience and playing the right shots out on the golf course, making good decisions and not thinking too much about what I'm doing my swing and what I'm doing my chipping and putting. I didn't do any putting in this session because I've been putting great lately. I putted well yesterday. Putting for me is it's like 90% about the setup, and obviously it's very mental, a lot about the mindset as well, but I mean in terms of technique wise it's a lot to do with setup and just making sure my body's in a position where I can sort of rock my shoulders and do the job. So that all feels good. I don't quite know how I'll be sitting by the time I tee off, but I had a very eventful round yesterday. I shot -1, but I was +4 through 2. I lost the ball with my first shot of the tournament, left, didn't even think it would be lost as well. I thought there was no chance it would be lost, so I walked up there and had to walk back, do the golf version of the walk of shame, and then 3-putted on the green, and then on the next tee I hit it in a hazard off the tee, made bogey. But from there on, I was bogey 3, 5 under to shoot 1 under, so that was good. But the game feels really good. That's just, these things can happen and will happen, and I did a really good job of staying patient because golf just does that to you. Like it really does test you in those ways. So scoring's very good here. It's very scoreable, and there's very little wind today and planned for tomorrow as well. So that's kind of nice. That's always nice. You kind of feel like, I can kind of apply what I've been working on onto the golf course a little bit easier now. Like yesterday was really windy, and in those conditions it's a little bit like, okay, you got to manufacture shots and do things that are maybe not quite as standard. But yeah, really looking forward to it. Just trying to stay happy and loose. That's when I play my best golf, when I'm just relaxed and enjoying the fact that I'm out there and that's my job. I find it quite sometimes when I'm finding it easy to have that perspective, it tends to lead to my best golf. So we're going to try and do that. Now I'm back in the van, I've got a little bit of time, so I'm going to kind of prep a little bit of lunch, bit of food, probably try and prep dinner for later, because obviously you finish a little bit later in these afternoon rounds, and then I'm not going to want to cook after that, and I might want to practice or something afterwards, so it gives me a bit more freedom. So we're going to do a bit of that, get myself ready, and I'll start filming again when I do my warm-up. Guys, we're having a well-earned sit down on the range. I'm going to hit a few balls afterwards, but I shot bogey 364, 7 under. Chipped in twice. They were so nice, these chip shots, like low spinning shots from the rough. One of them was short-sided, horrible. I've just little Phil Mickelson it in the hole. So that was good fun. But played nicely, like felt great about my swing. Like the work that I did this morning was good. Like I just felt solid and relaxed. Like my whole body was relaxed and stuff. The course is definitely very easy, or it's set up very easy. It's quite wide. It's very wide, really. And the greens are sort of soft and not spinning too much, so that makes it really easy because the ball just sort of pitches and stops within the same area on every hole. It's very easy to judge what spin's going to do and stuff like that. So minus 18 is leading. But well, I think I'm 10th now, so can't be thinking too much about winning tomorrow really because I'm 10 back. But I think I'm maybe only 4 or 5 back from 4th or something like that. So definitely try and just sort of shoot another low one tomorrow and keep doing my thing, and then I can move up and earn some valuable points. So that's the plan. I'm just going to hit a few balls away now, but good day. Good day. I thought I'd try and share a little bit more about like how it felt out there today as well, because I was actually a little bit nervous before I started. I think probably, to be honest, doing this sort of thing plays a role in that a little bit. But also the first tee shot I was starting on the 10th today is quite a high value shot. It's a relatively short par 5, reachable par 5, and you kind of hit it over the corner a little bit. But if you get it wrong, you could easily lose a ball and be water hazard, or you could be like lost ball. So there's quite a high variance on what can happen on that shot. So I was feeling a little bit nervous for sort of 10 minutes before I went out. But I'm kind of used to that by now. But you know, I'm used to like feeling nerves at random times, and it's a good thing generally. It doesn't mean you're gonna struggle or anything. If anything, it kind of just reminds me to stay as relaxed as possible and make sure that on that shot in particular, my arms are loose. You know, I'm like moving, kind of trying to have constant motion to help me not sort of tense up too much or anything like that. So that was pretty good. And then on the course, felt good. I mean, I felt like I was playing really well for the first 12 holes, where I felt in total control, but I'd stalled a little bit. I birdied my 6th and 7th holes and then had a string of pars and was like, you know, I kind of need to get going a bit here. And then got to a par 5, hit an okay second shot up the left, and then chipped in from probably 30 yards. So it was a lovely shot as well. So then you really feel like, okay, now I've got one. And then I went and birdied the next, which is one of the tougher holes. So you just, those like momentum things, you don't know when they're going to come. And I think in the past, maybe I'd get more frustrated by the quiet time in the middle of the round and be thinking like, oh, I'm stuck around the cut mark, you know. But I was very relaxed and kind of just stuck with it. And then you do tend to get rewarded with like something happens and you get a bit of momentum somewhere else along the line. And that was it today, really. And then, so I've had 2 chip-ins in the last 6 holes, and, you know, that can happen. It's not going to happen that often, but if you stay patient, then those things can happen. So that's very pleasing. And yeah, I'm just going to hit a few balls, make sure I work on those feels a little bit again, because I won't be able to have that practice session tomorrow because we'll be playing early in the morning. So I'm going to whack a few balls away, then I'll have to have a bit of dinner, have a shower, have an early night's sleep. So yeah, we'll continue watching me now. day. Nothing too fancy, but it's gonna do nicely. Got my little seat, my little table, decent view out there of the golf course. I need to get some food in me. So, peace out, people. All right, we're showered, eaten, got to my parking spot. I'm ready to call it a day now. Probably watch a little bit of Yellowstone. I've been watching that a lot lately. Oh, I am fully engrossed in that show, and it's all kicking off at the moment as well. So I will be watching that before I go to sleep. But yeah, so that's the end of the first, well, vlog day that I suppose I've done. It's worked well, hasn't it? -7 for the first day. That's good. Shame I couldn't, get some shots out there on the course. Obviously we'll ease into that. I'd like to do that more over time. Today would have been a great day with those 2 chip-ins, but feel really good about my game. I'm in a good spot right now. Maybe that comes across as well, that I'm kind of very relaxed and enjoying my job a lot. Yeah, it's kind of hard not to, but it's nice weather right now, and we're in lovely places. Like the course this week, and just the area is beautiful. Got good friends on this tour. It's nice. It's good fun, and yeah, pretty happy with where I'm at. Obviously, the start yesterday was a shocker. I'm -12 since then, but +4 through 2 that's a bit of a letdown, but it can happen. Like, I kind of didn't do that much wrong. I lost the ball left and really didn't expect that to be gone at all, so that was a bit of a surprise, but then I've fought back well since then. So patience has been probably the biggest contributor to my success over the last couple of days, I suppose. So I'll continue doing that tomorrow. The weather looks pretty chilled tomorrow, like not much wind or anything, but potential thunderstorms, so it might be a delays situation, which I kind of like, because it gives you a bit more value for being able to focus on and off, that kind of thing. So yeah, I need to shoot low if I want to jump up the leaderboard, we know that, but probably just kind of had the same attitude as today, where I was really relaxed and just tried to let those things happen. And I know that every part of my game is potentially very good, so you kind of just got to get out of your way and let it happen. So yeah, looking forward to it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Yeah, I quite enjoyed doing it. It was good fun. I'll probably have to edit this over the next couple of days, and I've got a tournament next week in Switzerland, so I don't know when I'm going to do this, but it's been good fun. And yeah, please do like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments if you do like this kind of thing, or what I could add to it to maybe make it a bit more interesting for the viewers. But I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys soon. Bye bye.